Good evening, Belize. It's Monday and you're tuned in to News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly and here's what's making headlines tonight. A violent weekend shakes Lord's Bank. Philip Nicholas is gunned down while he slept. And a 26-year-old man loses his life in a stabbing near New Moon. Plus, police raid the home of Anthony Dennison. Meanwhile, Home Affairs Minister Oscar Mira weighs in on the escalating gang and drug turf war in southern Belize. In other news, former UDP Secretary General and respected pastor Henry Gordon passes away at 83. Belizeans react to the dramatic strike on Venezuela and the capture of President Nicolas Maduro. And commuters face major inconvenience after a sewage leak at Novelos bus terminal. These stories and more are coming up in just 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now.
Ever wake up and just feel like today's gonna be a good day? I got a lot to get done, but I love when things easy. So when I heard DigiWallet and Neighbors together, it was a yes for me. Grabbed some stuff, paid some bills, but the best part, I could add funds to my DigiWallet right here at Neighbors. 40 new spots across Belize, plus all the Digi stores. That makes almost 150 places you could now cash in. You see why today feels good?
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome back. A quiet Sunday morning in Lord's Bank turned into a nightmare for Nicholas' family. 57-year-old Philip Nicholas, known for his kindness and dedication to his loved ones, was brutally gunned down inside his home while lying next to his wife and grandchild. Tonight, we look at the life of a man remembered for his generosity and the unanswered questions surrounding his tragic death. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
57 from Lords Bank, hard-working, outgoing and devoted to his family. But at about 2 on Sunday morning, a gunman forced their way into Philip Nicholas's home and shot him dead. Nicholas, his wife and their grandchild were lying on a mattress in the living room when the attack happened. In this quiet, secluded part of the community, safety was never a concern, so their door was left open that night. His wife, Selma Nicholas, spoke to us off camera.
Well, the situation like this always come as a shock. Yeah. Nobody prepared for things like this.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith shared more details about what unfolded in the neighborhood that morning.
What we know so far is that Nicholas and 2 other family members were at home sleeping at the aforementioned time when a male person is reported to have entered that residence and fired several shots, which resulted in the death of Mr. Nicholas. 2 persons have been detained for questioning as the investigators seek to uncover the motive and to apprehend the culprit in this incident.
His family is left searching for answers as they struggle to rebuild their lives. Reports indicate the gunman targeted Nicholas alone, leaving his wife and grandchild unharmed, even though they were sleeping beside him. Witnesses say several individuals were seen fleeing the area. For Zelma Nicholas, this is more than a tragedy. It's the loss of her husband of 20 years.
Me and Mr. Nicholas has been together about 22 years ago, long, and we share 3 kids together. And he's a jovial person, he's a loving person, he's a kind person, and he's a friendly person. Love to dance and make clown of himself. He's a helpful person, and sometimes I have to stop him from doing chores because he don't want to do everything in the kitchen, everywhere in the house. He's always talking about how he loves the kids them and the grandkids them, and when time the grandkids they're not around him, he feels boring and things like that. So he loves kids. I remember that he's a loving and kind person to me and the family, and whoever he come in contact with. I know he have a lot of friends and loved ones too that really stick on to him and love him as well.
Today, a black ball hangs from a tree outside the Belize National Library Service, a quiet tribute to the place where Nicholas devoted his time. He was not formally employed there, but spent his days as a handyman on the compound. Nicholas spent most of his downtime sitting at this desk under the tree. Today we spoke with Principal Librarian Feline Cayetano, who says Nicholas had a profound impact on everyone at the library.
We are definitely in shock by this news about the way he left, about the fact that on Friday we left him as we do every other day with a lot of, enjoy your weekend, the usual banter that you have with your team on the weekend. And little did we know we would not see him today. Big Monday, everybody expects that we'll see him with his usual jovial self and smile and, helping to get the grounds ready, whatever all else we need around the library, he would pitch in to assist. Mr. Philip came in through a private company as a relief security. And when that post ended for him, he kind of just basically became part of the library family.
His wife and family told News 5 they're leaving justice in God's hands.
God is the seer and the overseer of everything. He sees and knows everything. So I leave it in his hand.
As investigators work to uncover a motive and bring the perpetrator to justice, Philip Nicholas's family and friends are left grappling with an unimaginable loss. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Tragedy struck Ladyville on Sunday afternoon when 26-year-old Patrick Ou was found stabbed to death in the parking lot of New Moon Supermarket. Around 2 o'clock, police arrived near mile 10 on the Philip Gosen Highway and discovered lying face up on a wooden pallet with a fatal chest wound. Investigators recovered a broken knife at the scene, raising tough questions about what led to this deadly encounter in broad daylight. News 5's Brittany Gordon has the details.
On Sunday afternoon, shock swept through the shoppers at New Moon Supermarket in Ladyville when a man was found in the parking lot bearing multiple stab wounds to his chest. 26-year-old Patrick had reportedly been drinking in the area prior to his death. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith says police are reviewing surveillance footage of the scene.
The investigators, upon their arrival at the scene, observed the unresponsive body of a male person who was later learned to be Patrick O, a 26-year-old Belizean driver of Lords Bank Village. The body of Mr. O exhibited apparent stab wounds. Police are in the process of reviewing a number of video footages, and it is hoped that these footages will assist in the ongoing investigation.
O's body was identified by his common-law wife, Roxana Aldana. She said that he often stayed out drinking and would come home in the early hours, leaving her fearing for the worst.
Sometimes he just lately, he may sleep out, but I be like, we woman with a thing bad, and I tell her, you got next woman. He be like, no, babe. You know, I like drink and I drop asleep and I never reach home back. And he always just come 2 o'clock in the morning. I open the door. Last Saturday he gone. The Sunday morning he reached 6 in the morning, and I open the door and I tell her, no, do me that, because I think bad and I know nothing happened to you.
Aldana said that several hours after speaking with O, she was unable to reach him. Later that day, her worst fears were realized when she got the call that his body was found in Ladyville.
My mom tell me, you don't get to Patrick. I tell her, no, he not the pickup. He must have done dead. But I just say it like a joke. And then just wow, after minutes to 2, they call me and they tell me they find he's dead. But I be like, they tell me that they see him on the ground, but they don't tell me that he's dead yet. So, yes, I be like, I walk way by 24/7 and they pray. I said, I hope he drunk and make I bring him home. But when I reach there, I see police, I see the caution sign.
O was found with stab wounds to his chest. Investigators recovered a broken knife nearby. Police have not yet identified a suspect or determined a motive for the killing. Aldana noted that while O enjoyed drinking, he was not known to be violent or confrontational.
He the one person when he drink, but he no find problems, because even the people there tell me he will like drink, yes, but he don't never a problem person or nothing, and I believe that the only problem he does do with me, but that's partners and team, or everything be good with me, and that may one of the problem with he may like drink.
O had recently resumed his work as a truck driver, and Aldana claimed that he had slowed down on his drinking to focus on his family. Together they shared a 4-year-old daughter who has yet to learn the news of her father's tragic death.
She asked me, Mommy, when Daddy they come home back? And I tell her Daddy they work, because I can't tell her. She only see me cry, and he asked me, why are they crying? I tell her, I feel bad. But she will have to know it anyways, because she would ask me the same thing.
Aldana recalls O as a devoted husband and father, and shares that the couple had hoped to grow their small family in the future.
He not me a jokey person and loving with his family. Like how he always say, he have family that were in Jack, but the only granny, grandpa, auntie, but he always was them. You and my baby are my only family. My only family. And I respect that, because I really hold a lot of things with him, but I really love him. Everything me good with we. He always just tell me, thanks for giving me my daughter. He may even want to leave away.
For Patrick O's family, the new year hasn't started with joy. It's begun with heartbreak. Instead of celebrating, they're facing unimaginable grief. Tonight, they're speaking out, calling for justice, and hoping for answers after a life was tragically cut short. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Back in December, Lords Bank resident Anthony Dennison spoke out, saying he was being harassed by police after being detained multiple times during investigations. He insists he had nothing to do with any of those cases and believes he's being unfairly targeted. Now Dennison is sounding the alarm again, this time over claims that police allegedly broke down his front door while he was out of the country. He says he was away for a short trip, and when he returned, neighbors told him what happened. Tonight, he's demanding answers.
Yesterday, we got on the border, got buy clothes and thing for school, right? So we never really come back down yesterday. We end up book a hotel ever since. So between 4 this morning and I done call a mouse wolf. Have different timers, so broke down the door and all of that. And the neighbor tell them no another day. And I still broke in the house.
And were you guys informed of the police visiting your residence, or how did you guys find out?
I tell her no one that the man there right by the camera. I end up saying the neighbor explained to them we know the home. And I did the home. I actually have the proof because then I stamped out there over the border of the bag. I wasn't believing it. I come back when you come back now. We book a hotel because we come back across the late. Now coming home now to the and then we get to understand now all of this what happened. I want to know what to do about the situation about it. Down on my property at the rent.
A surge in violent crime across southern Belize is stirring anxiety among villagers and the Belize Police Department. At the center of the chaos is an ongoing drug war between criminal groups in Bella Vista Village and neighboring communities. The New Year's Eve mass shooting in Independence Village is the latest attack linked to this deadly feud, shattering the sense of security for families in the area. Police have issued wanted posters for the men believed to be involved in that shooting, Santos Chirinos and Dixon Caceres. From home invasions and armed robberies to brutal killings, the violence is escalating, and residents are demanding swift action. We asked Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira what the government's plan is to curb this growing wave of crime.
In Bella Vista right now we have already deployed extra patrols. We have a new police station that is going to be built. That work has already started, and that police station is going to have all the units that are required of a fully functioning police station. We're going to have GI3, we're going to have special branch, we're going to have CIB, community-based policing. All the units that are in one of those bigger police stations will be held there. And we have also have more patrols along the southern highway as well. So we are working in having more intelligence-based operations happening. And in the future, we expect that we will get things under control in that area.
Is it particularly difficult in smaller communities where in these recent crimes the motive was identified as a drug feud? Is it difficult to battle drug trade in these small communities?
It's always difficult to do that anywhere in Belize. Drugs bring money, and when money is involved, there are many people that get involved and benefit from this. So it is not an easy job for the police department. However, we have met and we have a strategy in place to ensure that we work before it gets out of hand, before it reaches to a time where we won't be able to get a grip of it. The community involvement. With the latest shootings that happened, the community has been very forthcoming. And with that, I'm sure that we are going to solve the issues and solve that shooting that happened in Mango Creek. So I urge the community, get in touch with the police. We are here to protect you. We're here to work alongside you.
Commissioner of Police Dr. Richard Rosado was a no-show at another public event on Sunday, this time at the closing ceremony of the William Dawson Peace Cup, where he was scheduled to present awards alongside Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira. Mira says Rosado informed him 2 days prior that he couldn't attend due to a family health matter. A reasonable excuse, except his absence from public events has become a pattern since being placed on administrative leave over handling of the Ryan Budna abduction. Once highly visible, Rosado has missed the Police Appreciation Awards, the Christmas luncheon, and key press briefings since returning from leave. We asked the new police minister if he is concerned and whether he wants his commissioner to be more present and visible.
This morning he messaged me very early. In fact, we already had plans that we would be here today. That was from Friday. He told me he would be here. But this morning he messaged me of some very medical issues that he has with his family, and which I know are very important as well. You know, he has a very packed schedule. He has a very his weekends are not his. You know. So this morning when he messaged and called that he won't be able to make it, I agree. You know, sometimes you have to take care of your family and take care of yourself, you know, before we can take care of others.
Would you like to see him more visible? He has not been in a press conference or anything.
It's always good. It's always good to be more visible. It's always good to give more information. The public demands information, and I think it's going to happen. We will ensure that we have the communities and the public informed of what is happening. It is always better to inform before we have speculation out there.
Coming up, police laid charges in fatal motorcycle collision. More when we return.
As the year comes to a close, let's reflect on a year defined by progress, resilience, and a commitment to people. Throughout 2025, the Belize City Council remained focused on delivering tangible results while laying the groundwork for a smarter, safer, and more resilient city. This year, physical infrastructure remained a cornerstone of our work. A total of 17,437 linear feet of street were successfully rehabilitated using chip and seal or concrete construction, improving access and mobility across neighborhoods. In addition, a total of 350 manhole covers were replaced. Our sanitation and drainage efforts have also been intensified. This year, our team recorded 94,229 linear feet of drains dug and cleaned, strengthening flood mitigation and public health outcomes. To better serve residents, our fleet capacity expanded significantly. This year saw the addition of 5 electric pickup trucks, 7 diesel pickups, and 3 utility trucks, enhancing service delivery to our residents. The council also received a second garbage compactor truck, generously donated by the government of Japan, joining the first compactor previously donated. A third compactor was purchased to further strengthen night crew operations and our fight against garbage hotspots. As part of our broader smart city initiatives to improve traffic management and pedestrian safety, new traffic light systems were installed at the intersection of Vernon Street and East Colette Canal and corner King and Regent Streets, bringing the city's total to 9 systems. We continued our city beautification efforts and, in collaboration with the Belize Tourism Board, planted 10 royal palms at Battlefield Park. Our commitment to social infrastructure continues to translate into meaningful community impact. As part of our community wellness efforts, we delivered more free health clinics and health fairs, supported initiatives like the Autism Walk and World AIDS Day, and co-hosted sporting events like the 2025 Belize City Half Marathon and the annual Triathlon. Once again, we proudly hosted the 8th annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony, featuring the Francis Renaud Christmas Concert Series, reaffirming our dedication to tradition, culture, and shared community moments. Local economic activity grew through our downtown super sales, continuation of the Mahogany Street Marketplace Initiative, and new community events, creating opportunities for over 120 small businesses and local entrepreneurs. One of those new events is the Midweek Wind Down Series, a fresh way for residents to connect, network, and unwind. Our property tax incentive program offered meaningful financial relief with structured discounts throughout the first quarter and a 35% discount for senior citizens year-round. Youth development continued to expand in both reach and impact. The Mayor for a Day initiative provided mentorship and leadership exposure, while targeted programs such as Mengage, Lead Hership, the Youth Connect Summer Blast, Pee Wee Basketball League, and Math and English summer programs welcomed hundreds of young people. Additionally, our second student hub was launched, marking another milestone and manifesto promise. While the first hub continues to serve students daily, Smart City initiatives accelerated throughout the year. We successfully launched e-ridership cards and our e-taxi service with 4 electric vehicles, which have served over 5,000 passengers, and celebrated the first anniversary of the e-bus service, which has served over 250,000 passengers. On the global stage, Belize City was invited to engage with leading urban innovators at the Smart City Summit and Expo in Taiwan, the Smart City Expo World Congress in Spain, and C40 World Mayors Summit in Brazil, where the Council's e-mobility project was named a finalist under the Clean, Reliable Transportation category for the 2025 Local Leaders Awards. At the same time, the Council continued to strengthen local, regional, and international partnerships. Through Mayor Wagner's intervention at the European Parliament in Belgium, Belize City helped reinforce the importance of decentralized cooperation, where cities and national governments work alongside international partners to meet local needs. The impending reconstruction of the Belcan Bridge and the Swing Bridge demonstrates how international partnerships can directly support communities at the local level. Through CIMO, the Council signed on to the UNDRR's Making Cities Resilient 2030 initiative and hosted 2 workshops under the program, strengthening our preparedness and resilience for the future. Progress on the floating boardwalk project continued with feasibility reaffirmed in November, bringing this transformative vision closer to reality. Looking ahead, our focus remains on strategic infrastructure development, expanding digital access and services, advancing the floating boardwalk and Yabra Fish Market revitalization, and continuing to grow our e-bus fleet. On behalf of Mayor Wagner, the City Councilors, and our entire Belize City Council family, we thank you for your trust, your engagement, and your belief in what we can achieve together. Here's to continued progress in 2026. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Police have filed charges tonight after a deadly crash on the George Price Highway claimed the life of a young farmer. 35-year-old William Ailman from Burrowboom is now facing multiple charges, including manslaughter by negligence. Investigators say he was behind the wheel of a Ford F-150 that collided with a motorcycle near miles 40 and 41. 24-year-old Brian Miguel didn't survive. He was thrown several yards from his bike and died at the scene. ASP Stacey Smith has the details on the charges.
Police have formally arrested and charged William Aleman, a 35-year-old Belizean construction worker of Burrowboom Village, Belize District, for the crimes of manslaughter by negligence and causing death by careless conduct. He has also been charged with the offense of driving motor vehicle without due care and attention. The arrest of Aleman follows police's investigation into a traffic accident which resulted in the death of 24-year-old Brian Miguel, a Belizean farmer of St. Matthew's Village. No sample was taken from Mr. Aleman, as his conduct did not suggest anybody who was under the influence.
This weekend's fatal motorcycle collision was the first to be recorded for the new year. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Transport is rethinking its road safety strategy after public pushback on mandatory motorcycle training. CEO Chester Williams says new measures are coming, starting with reflective jackets for nighttime riders to cut down on accidents caused by poor visibility. The ministry is also working on stricter helmet regulations to ensure safer travel on highways and in urban areas.
We're looking at ensuring that every person who rides a motorcycle, especially at night time, that they must wear a reflective jacket. So that is coming. There are other things that we're looking at as well that is going to enhance the safety of motorcycle riders on the road. And again, I would hope that Belizeans would see for what it is. It's not a matter of trying to create more expense for motorcycle riders, but it's a matter of making sure that they're safe. Sometimes these riders are on the road and at night time, and you're unable to see them. Having a reflective jacket is going to help them tremendously in terms of them being seen by other motorists whilst on the road at night time. So these are things that we're certainly looking at. Okay. And likewise, we're also working on the standardization of helmet, working in tandem with the Bureau of Standard. So this year, again, early this year, we should be coming to the Belizean people and telling you what are the standards that we're looking at in terms of helmets, because that's a part of the issue. We might say that for the highways, we might require this level of helmet, and maybe in cities and towns might be a different type. We'll have to look and see how we can do it in such a way that doesn't affect people in any kind of way.
Police are in Orange Walk investigating a daring early morning burglary at Pletz Electronics, where thieves breached the building by digging through a cement wall and escaping with several electronic devices. The alarm was triggered shortly after 2 a.m. and officers were on the scene within minutes. But investigators say the suspects had already escaped. About 16 cellular phones were reported stolen, prompting the company to offer a reward for information leading to their recovery. According to police, video evidence has produced leads, and a suspect is now detained while the investigation moves forward.
Police are investigating the burglary of Pletz Electronics Store, which occurred sometime around 2:00 a.m. on Saturday, 3rd January 2025. What the investigators have uncovered is that at the aforementioned date and time, 3 persons entered that establishment, which is located on Victoria Avenue in Orange Walk Town, and stole several electronic items as well as some cash before making good their escape. The investigators have some footages in their possession, and this had led them to the detention of an individual. However, the investigation is still ongoing.
A quick-thinking homeowner and a fast police response led to the arrest of a burglar in Armenia Village. 27-year-old Elvis Larios was caught inside the home with stolen items after the owner's security system alerted him to the break-in. The homeowner called Belmopan police, who moved in and made the arrest. ASP Stacey Smith tells us more about how it unfolded.
On Sunday, January 4, 2026, Belmopan police formally arrested and charged 27-year-old Elvis Larios, a Belizean construction worker of Armenia Village, for the crime of burglary. The arrest of Larios follows police's response to a burglary in progress at a residence in Armenia Village. The homeowner, who was away at that time, reported to police that his security system alerted him to some movement at his property, and when police made checks at that residence, they found Mr. Larios therein, and in his possession were 2 items belonging to the homeowner.
A disturbing report out of the nation's capital has led to the arrest of a Belmopan taximan accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl. Police confirmed the incident unfolded publicly, fueling fears about child protection and predators acting in broad daylight. The case has sent shockwaves through the community as authorities move swiftly to hold the accused accountable and urge parents to remain vigilant.
On Saturday, 3rd January 2026, Belmopan police formally arrested and charged Wilbert Cal, a 29-year-old taxi driver of Belmopan, for the crime of sexual assault. This arrest follows police investigation into a report made by a 13-year-old minor who stated that she had visited a Chinese establishment when a male person who was unknown to her approached her and touched her inappropriately.
Greg Panton unveils UDP shadow cabinet to challenge POP dominance. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
In the heart of the Cayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
A new law is soon coming into effect. One will change the way police apprehend suspects in the course of criminal investigations. Once a person is suspected of or charged with committing any indictable offense, law enforcement personnel will have the authority to collect a DNA sample from that person so that prosecutors and defense lawyers can rely on forensic DNA evidence when the case goes to court. If the suspect does not cooperate with the police, the new law enables police to apply for a court order to collect the DNA sample once the police has sufficient cause to suspect the person as being the perpetrator of the crime. The DNA Act will be a major step forward for Belize's criminal justice system while advancing the use of forensic science in Belize. Samples integrate into a national DNA database which may be managed by administrators at the forensic laboratory and may be utilized to help solve cold cases or identify repeat offenders. Find out more at nationalassembly.gov.bz or email your questions to info@forensics.gov.bz.
This year, Belize felt more connected than ever. We stood with the moments that shape us, our culture, our youth, our stories. And we lifted young dreams even higher, powered by advancement and possibility. Everywhere, Belize is growing, and as the nation evolves, so does the way we connect. This year, Belize showed its light, and we were honored to drive innovation across the country. As we look ahead, our promise is simple: to unite communities, nurture dreams, and continue leading Belize's digital transformation. From our Digi family to yours, wishing you a bright and prosperous 2026.
Happy New Year!
working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Screws affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Screws Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
This Christmas is extra special for us at BB Insurance because it's our first. You welcomed us into your lives and we couldn't be more grateful. Your trust means everything. From all of us at BB Insurance, thank you for being a part of our journey. Here's to many more holidays together. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
After years of public infighting, leadership battles, and a fractured base that weakened the United Democratic Party at the polls, opposition leader Tracy Panton is taking firm steps towards re-establishing the legitimacy of the organization. She says the rebuilding phase is no longer optional. It is urgent. With the ruling People's United Party firmly in control of government, Panton is now moving to rebrand and reorganize the UDP as a credible alternative, rolling out structural reforms, party appointments, and election preparations aimed at restoring unity and discipline within the opposition. Earlier today, Panton released the names of shadow cabinet members and says the stakes go beyond party politics, warning that Belize's democracy, sovereignty, and national security are at risk under the current administration.
In the first week of January, we'll be announcing our shadow cabinet. We are also going to be finalizing our appointments to the Central Executive Committee. We're moving forward with the constitutional amendments for the United Democratic Party. It's high on our priority list. And then we start preparing constituencies to get ready for the municipal elections in 2027. There is lots of work to be done. We have been working on consolidating our base, doing everything we can to unite the party. As I say to people, it's not a magic wand. It takes time and effort and work. But I feel very comfortable that we're making very good progress. And we understand as a party what is at stake. Our democracy, as I say, is in peril. Our sovereignty is under threat. We see the infiltration of the criminal element in the north. We see incursions in the south. And we really have to hold this administration to account. That's the job of the opposition, and that's what we intend to do.
Former UDP Secretary General and Senator Henry Gordon has passed away. Gordon was a towering figure in both politics and the church. Back in the early to mid-90s, he served as Secretary General during a crucial transition period for the United Democratic Party, years that paved the way for their historic 2008 landslide victory. After that win, Gordon was chosen by the Council of Churches and the Evangelical Association as their church senator, continuing his lifelong commitment to faith and public service. He also wore many hats: UDP Secretary General in the mid-2000s, chief meteorologist before politics, and a respected pastor who touched countless lives. UDP leader Tracy Panton took to social media today, calling Gordon a man of integrity, commitment, and deep sense of duty to nation building. And those words ring true for many who knew him. One of them is Church Senator Louis Wade, who Gordon mentored for years. We spoke with Wade earlier, and here's what he had to say.
It's a very big loss because he was one of my mentors. I knew him first through his writings in a mandala. He had a weekly column called In Search of Peace, In Search of Truth, weekly, and I would read that. I was still a youth in Dangriga at that time. When I moved up to Belize City, I would listen to him on CREM on Tuesday nights, I believe it was, as he shared with other great minds like Evan X. Hyde and Dr. Tega, Bill Lindo, and many others. They discussed national issues, and he would always have a Judeo-Christian perspective on national issues. And that was something that always caught my attention, that he was like a son of Issachar. He understood the times, you know, like Daniel, who walked both in the halls of power, yet had a relationship with God. That is how I saw Henry Gordon. And so he was always someone that I looked up to. Senator Gordon, as we affectionately call him, would bring his Bible and his Constitution, and he would constantly say that both of them worked together to build a democratic nation where individual freedoms, religious freedoms, freedom of conscience, freedom of expression could be realized. And so I have walked in his footsteps as it relates to knowing the Word of God and being fully aware of what is taking place nationally and internationally. So when I speak on political issues, national and international issues, from a Christian perspective, I am trying my best to walk in the giant footsteps of my mentor, Henry Gordon.
Belizean students studying in Jamaica are getting much needed financial relief after an unexpected strain on their resources. Many of the students had depleted their savings in preparation for Hurricane Melissa, spending it on food, travel, accommodation, and emergency supplies. They are now returning to school for full in-person classes and say the funds coming from the government of Belize will help them get back on track as the new academic term begins. Here's Bernard Pitts, president of the Belizean Student Association of Jamaica.
I can confirm that we have received funds from the government. It has not been disbursed as yet. Most people have traveled. And for those who remain in Jamaica, I've made arrangements for them to receive their funds. I'm not certain if they receive it yet because it would have been difficult if they didn't have a bank account to do an easy transfer. But that has been put in place for them. And for those returning in January, definitely they will receive theirs as well. So the process in terms of recovering, I wouldn't say that we are off. We're at, I would say, 95 to almost 100% recovered.
And what's the use? What will the funds be used for, or is intended to be used for?
I think most persons will use it for food, accommodation, and transportation because that's what they were expending their funds on. right? Some used for traveling out within the region, stocking up on extra stuff and so on. It was out of their budget, and so I think the funds will come in quite handy to replace that and get them back on track.
We have an update tonight on a story we brought you last week about the garbage woes in Placencia Village. Back then, torrential rains had turned the entrance road to the solid waste site into a muddy mess, forcing the village council to dump garbage right at the entrance. It was a nightmare for residents and businesses along the peninsula. Well, there's good news. A contract has now been signed to get those much-needed repairs done. Area Representative for Stan Creek West, Rodwell Ferguson, told News 5 that all parties met over the weekend, and as of today, work is officially underway to upgrade that road. So it looks like relief is finally on the way for Placencia.
On Saturday, the Placencia Village Council, the Ministry of Rural Transformation, in the presence of Mr. Charles Galvez, and myself as the elected representative met in Santa Cruz to find the contract for the upgrade of the Placencia St. Bite dump site, which is closer to Santa Cruz Village. And the contract is about almost 30,000 Belize to do a complete improvement of the road going to Wally dump site. I want to thank the Ministry of Rural Transformation for that quick response. And we try to be very proactive. And many times the villagers put pressure on us, but sometimes it is limited and there are limitations. And Paul, over the last 3 weeks, we got a humongous amount of rain in the Stanton district. And so the demands and requests are coming from many villages, but again, the Ministry of Infrastructure have very limited equipment. So we are trying to address the needs as they occur.
When we return, Belize aligns with CARICOM as Venezuela faces political upheaval.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focus on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepay plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever, ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most. The communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Belize has spent the past 4 months closely watching a buildup of military assets in the southern Caribbean. Early Saturday morning, military operations in Venezuela culminated in the removal of President Nicolas Maduro. In response, Belize is aligning with the Bureau of CARICOM heads of government and pledging to keep working with regional partners on what this shift could mean for the hemisphere. Officials are urging restraint and respect for international law, calling for a constructive dialogue that restores constitutional order and reflects the will of Venezuelans. Belize also reiterates its commitment to a zone of peace in the region, even as events next door test how that principle plays out on the ground. And for Belizean families watching anxiously, the government says all students who had been studying in Venezuela are safe back home. As this story develops, key questions remain. What does regional stability look like when constitutional norms are challenged? How far should CARICOM and its members go to defend the rule of law without deepening the crisis? And what are the potential ripple effects for Belize's security, economy, and diplomacy if Venezuela's turmoil drags on? In related news, the UN Secretary Council convened this morning, where UN Secretary General Rosemary DiCarlo addressed world leaders.
We meet at a grave time following the 3 January United States military action in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The broad outlines of the events of Saturday have been widely reported. Early that day, U.S. forces were active across Caracas and in the northern states of Miranda, Aragua, and La Guaira. The extent of casualties resulting from these actions remains undetermined. In a statement on social media on Saturday, President Donald Trump announced the conduct of a, I quote, large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, end quote. During a press conference on Saturday, President Trump stated, and I quote again, "We are going to run the country until such time that we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition," end quote. The government of Venezuela has characterized the United States action as a military aggression carried out in civilian and military areas and as a flagrant violation of the Charter, posing a threat to international and regional peace and security. As we speak, President Maduro is being held in New York, accused by U.S. authorities, along with his wife, Celia Flores, of serious criminal offenses. What is less certain is the immediate future of Venezuela. I am deeply concerned about the possible intensification of the instability in the country, the potential impact on the region, and the precedent it may set for how relations between and among states are conducted.
To get a real sense of what people are thinking, we hit the streets and spoke with a few Belizeans about the removal of President Nicolas Maduro. And for the most part, the reaction was clear. Almost everyone we talked to is against the military operation in Venezuela. Some admitted Maduro isn't perfect, but they stressed that there are proper processes that must be followed to avoid undermining international law.
I think what the United States did was Donald Trump, because our Congress is supposed to approve anything like that, and they didn't. But what he did was wrong, because they actually abduct Maduro and his wife, similar to the guy here in Belize that went to Guatemala. Yeah. But to me, it's wrong in a sense, because the United States had a hidden agenda. They keep saying about drugs and them pills and all that nonsense. That was just a front to use that as a reason to go, you know what I'm saying, in their country and did what they did. You know, it's all about the oil from day one. You know, but now you see what he said after he did it. We go run Venezuela, and we go do something concerning the oil system. So he, you know what I'm saying, eventually come out and say, I guess, what he really wanted to say from the beginning.
As a teacher here in Belize, what I think the only two countries that can stop Donald Trump right now is Russia and China. Now, if Russia and China would kidnap Trump and take him for violation of UN Charter of laws, what would happen? A world war, right? So it's just a matter of time now. We have Russia and China demanding that Trump release Maduro at once. All right, if that doesn't happen, man, the world's gonna go crazy. If Russia and China don't put Trump on his back, then Trump can do anything he feels like doing. So Russia and China, if you're hearing, hey, look, man, put Trump on his back and let him know.
Honestly, I don't have any words for it. I believe it's unnecessary. And honestly, my prayers are with Venezuela right now.
Wow, a lot of people think Maduro to be a dictator and that this is justified.
I heard about it, but I'm not sure. But all that I can say is I have my prayers with them.
I am the only Belizean who took a charge for him in Belize. Thank God that the case was thrown out. I support that man because he's against abortion, he's against the homosexual openness, and he's against open border. But giving Donald Trump the power, he's very revengeful. Now he's showing the world that if he don't like your country leader, he will label that leader as a drug trafficker, and that's an opportunity for him to invade your country.
But what about the argument that Nicolas Maduro is part and parcel of transnational crime that's affecting this region?
Look what Israel is doing to the Palestinians. Bomb hospital, bomb school.
Over the weekend, commuters at Novelos bus terminal in Belize City were calling attention to what looked like raw sewage spillage from a sewer and running onto the street. It highlighted issues around health and sanitation at one of the country's busiest terminals. Now, you might remember back in May, the Ministry of Transport promised major upgrades for this terminal. Better bathrooms, food control, flood control, that is, the works. But months later, those plans haven't materialized. So, what happened? Today, we put that question to Chester Williams, the CEO of the Ministry of Transport, and he explained why those renovations are still on hold.
I think it happened because of the volume of rain received over the past few weeks, and that might have caused some overflow in the sewer system, and that overflow then flows onto the streets, and which is indeed a serious health issue, and it is something that we are looking at. We do recognize that the bathroom system in Belize City is inadequate, and that's the reason why, as a part of the renovation, we have included 4 brand new shower stalls for Belize City compound. So the shower stalls will come with the not shower, bathroom stalls will be coming as a part of the renovation. So we're hoping that it will come sooner rather than later, and we'll be able to alleviate that concern in Belize City.
Is the ministry able to provide any temporary assistance for the bus terminal when it comes to this situation?
Well, the matter has been resolved. It's just a matter of getting the sewer truck in to go and suck what needs to be sucked out from there, and that has been done. And so it is back to operational state. What we need to do is to make sure it is done regularly, especially when it is raining. The upgrades are going to be coming from the public purse. And when it comes to undertaking any project of that magnitude, it requires a process that we must follow. We're currently in that stage right now, working in tandem with the Ministry of Infrastructure. Their engineer and architecture had gone on the grounds, and I think right now we're waiting for the drawing. The architect is doing the drawing. Once we receive the drawing and a bill of quantity, then that goes to create the tender documents that we'll be putting out for tender, inviting contractors to submit for the project. So we're still at that stage at this time where we're waiting for the drawing to come from Ministry of Infrastructure. If you would visit Belmopan Terminal, you'll see that the construction or the renovation of Belmopan Terminal is already underway. We're hoping that by the time we're finished with Belmopan, we should be ready to commence Belize City. The issue of the finance is not the issue. The money has been approved and the money has been allocated. It's just a matter of making sure now that we follow the proper process in giving in awarding the tender of the contract to a competent contractor.
The rollout of the National Bus Company is officially underway. This is a public-private partnership between the government and private bus operators, and it promises safer rides, upgraded terminals, and brand new buses hitting the roads over the next 2 to 3 years. Today, Transport CEO Chester Williams gave us an update on how things are shaping up. He says most operators have decided to buy shares and join the national company. But here's the interesting part. Those who choose not to join will still be allowed to operate alongside the new system once it launches. So commuters can expect a major upgrade without losing service options.
We have done a lot in terms of meeting with the different stakeholders, those persons in the bus industry, and a number of them have signed on now to be a part of the new company. We have received the audited report done by the auditors, and those companies that were audited were brought in individually. The audit report was shared with them so they can see exactly what the company own, what the company is valued, and then based on the valuation of the company, then they decide how they're going to move forward. There were three options available to them. One, they can choose to opt out, to say, you know what, my company value 250,000, just give me 250,000 and you take all my assets and I go about my business. Two, they can say, okay, the 250,000 that my company values, I will invest that into the new company as a shareholder. Or three, there was a hybrid formula where they can say, okay, the company valued 250,000, I will invest 125,000 into the new company to buy shares and then cash me out for 125,000. So those were the three options that were available to them. Majority of the operators chose to still be a part of the new company in terms of buying shares in the new company. And then those operators who have opted not to be a part of the company, any at all, they will be allowed to continue to run or to operate alongside the national company when the company comes on stream.
Up next, basketball uniting Belize district communities.
We have exciting news for you. RFNG Life Insurance is now officially in your town. Now, you can visit our office to pay your life insurance premiums or speak to our dedicated agent, Mayeli, about securing your future with the right coverage.
Hi, my name is Mayeli Hoy, your designated agent here at RFNG Life in the Cayo District. I'm here to help you explore your options, answer your questions, and find the perfect policy for you and your loved one.
Whether you're looking for life insurance, critical illness coverage, or future saving plans, we've got you covered. Take the first step towards securing a stable and prosperous financial future for you and your family. RFNG Life Insurance, now in Cayo. Visit us today or call to schedule an appointment. Your future starts here.
This year reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focus on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepay plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making Smart a reliable companion for every journey. Smart launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At Smart, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever. Ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most: the communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Start your day the right way with your morning boost. Get moving with energizing workouts, refreshing yoga sessions, and easy tips to keep your mind and body in balance. From fitness to personal growth and positivity, we're here to kickstart your mornings with motivation that lasts all day. Wake up to wellness. Your morning boost every weekday at 6 a.m. only on Greater Belize Media.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal. Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno. Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
After 3 months of fierce competition between 20 Belize District community teams, the William Dawson Sprite Basketball Tournament has finally crowned a champion. News 5 has been following the tournament all season, and what we found out is that the impact of this tournament is felt far beyond the basketball court. Shane Williams has this report.
Tough enough are the new champs of the William Dawson Basketball Tournament, walking away with $5,000. What started as a small 6-team event in 2015 is now a major fixture with 20 teams and big cash prizes. More than basketball, the tournament, pushed by the late William Dawson, aims to steer at-risk youth away from gangs. Organizers say it is working.
The strategy of intervention through sport is working, and these teams have shown that through sports they are willing to put all out on the basketball court rather than go shoot up at each other.
What have you seen from the effect of the tournament off the court?
The partnership, the collaboration, the team efforts. Some of these guys didn't talk to each other before. Some of them didn't go in the different neighborhoods. Now they are doing that. there's a like partnership, there's a friendship that have developed over these years with these teams, and I'm very proud of that. We see how they have worked very closely with the LIU when it comes to intervention, and they're going more and more to the offices.
The tournament draws top-tier talent, players who shine on Belize's biggest stages, but for them, this peace tournament is personal. It gives them an opportunity to represent their neighborhood and even sometimes defend home turf in front of relatives and friends. Francis Arana and Godfrey Arnold went at it all game long, with the championship hanging in the balance right down to the final 0.3 seconds. Players of both teams left it all on the court.
This tournament era for the hood, and that's where the hood look for every year, and just for compete, make the ghetto youth say compete and show their talent. Era for the ghetto, so I always come out and I give back to the community.
You think this tournament make a difference in terms of helping to calm down gang violence?
Well, yeah, it help a lot because a lot of the youth are active for the court. They got much time for play ball and other things about hang out and do violence and stay by the street corner. Every weekend they look forward to play our game, so this good for them.
It's a good tournament, man. It's a tournament a lot of people look out for because then they don't really got no other tournament in Belize like that way. Do their thing, so this is a good tournament. Every year we look out for it again here we too.
Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira will decide whether there will be a tournament next year. After witnessing 2 incredible games to conclude the tournament, Mira's mind was completely made up.
What's your impression of the tournament, and will it be back?
No, of course it's going to be back. It is one of those things I think that we have to support. Sports on a whole bring the community together. It brings people together. It also brings the community in a way that nothing else does but sports. You know, when you go out there and you have a team and you have young people playing, the family come out to support. You know, the community where you live comes out to support. It is something that we have to continue. These are programs that are working. These are programs that we will continue to support. As I said, it's a community-based program, and as I was told, every weekend they go into different communities and different areas of the city and the surrounding villages to play. It brings people together, communities together, families together, and that is what we want to do, give young people an alternative.
Dan One took home $3,000 for second prize, while a 16-8 run to finish the third place game earned the Warriors their $1,500 prize, and class settled for $1,000 in fourth place. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, young father found stabbed to death in supermarket parking lot. John Banner commented, "That's a serious and sad joke. I believe that some people subconsciously feel the death of a loved one before they die." On the topic of sewerage leak at Novelos bus terminal, where are promised upgrades? Vincent Castellanos shared. These terminal bathrooms make a lot of money. Time to build a septic tank. Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming, and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.